right, so hi everyone. My name is Catherine Frangos. This is Adam, Sam, and Gujsam. And so we're going to be presenting our Knockoutzzz toy design to you guys. So imagine that you're like a middle school child who just has this urge to like wrestle with one of their siblings. But if you know that if you actually do it, your parents aren't going to be very happy with you. So that's where our toy comes in. It offers a competitive and strategic option for kids to settle their arguments in real life, and it will actually make parents happy as well. Our handheld fighter is originally designed for elementary and middle school age children. It offers both competitive and strategic play value because depending on how restrained the participants are, the battles can get pretty active, or you can take a more passive approach to these battles. The strategic aspect comes in from you'd have to dodge the punches of your opponents, and then at the end there's also a surprise value because once the toy takes a certain number of hits, then you'll see what the end game mechanism is. But next we're going to talk about the concept design.
All right, so here's our early concept, some sketches that we just kind of knocked out in the beginning. We initially wanted to have it on a spring so that it would sit in a held place and then you could pivot around by the spring. But we decided just to ground it so that you could move it around wherever you wanted to with your hand. And we also wanted to initially do two types of punches, a jab and an uppercut. However, due to time and material constraints, we had to change it to only do an uppercut. And on the left bottom is our initial interior mechanism, which shows our locking mechanism to release the chest plate and the head. So once 3 hits would be taken, the lock would pop down and then the chest plate, or the head would pop out, and then the chest plate would also pop out. And
So this is basically a design, and we have like a head which has like devil horns, and then we have like 2 hands, a chest plate in front, and then we have like 2 buttons for the thumb, and then we have some resting in the in front for the fingers itself, and we ground our robot toy right here on the table. And for the internal mechanism, it'll be Sam who'll explain you the internal mechanism.
Once we get to that point in the video, I'll kind of show you, step you through it. So, chest plate will move back. There's notches in it, so you can move it back about 3 punches, and then it'll hit the head out. There's a slider thing just underneath. It's kind of hidden right now, but it can move up and down with the spring. Once the chest has hit the head, that little blue thing at the bottom of the head, the red slider, will move up, popping the head up, allowing the slider to move out and popping the chest out. So you can, and the animation's a little bit off, but it kind of gives you a gist of what's going on. So push the head out. Once it gets past the hook that's on top, the head will shoot, releasing the chest out as well. And that is all together. Next slide will show us the working models. We made these videos just in case it didn't work today. Fortunately, it worked, so I can show it to you later. Those are the uppercut punches. And then as you push in the chest, the head will pop out along with the chest piece. And then I can show you on here too. So you got the uppercuts with the buttons on the back, and then push in the chest, pops that out along with the chest piece. And reason why we have these pulled out, we can make different types of problems so you can customize your toy as well. Any questions?
Might this lead to more aggressive activity? I mean, just plain socking with the toy in your hand?
I do know if I had this toy when I was a kid with my brother, I would more enjoy growing up a little bit more than wrestling with my brother rather than this.
Yeah, so I had a similar comment. So this thing, it doesn't sit on a table, like you physically hold it.
You can. What the idea was, like you can sit on a table, but you can move it around dodge punches, stuff like that.
So I foresee someone starting to just battle with it like a sword to get the chest plate to come
so
out.
that's kind of where the variety of the game
Yeah.
comes into play, depending on who's participating.
I think maybe if the arms were longer or if it was slightly bigger so that they didn't have to be so close together when they were punching, you might avoid that. But if you're saying like, oh, well, this will be used instead of like actually wrestling each other, then they're going to want to get close and they're probably already mad. Right? What was the design decision? It looks like he has like devil horns. Is that correct?
I made them. Just giving it like, I mean, I wanted it to be like more of a devilish kind of a figure. But yeah, you can customize it to make it like more of a robo or a human kind of a person. But
And
yeah.
then why would someone pick this toy over, say, like Sock 'em Boppers, like the robot punching arena thing?
Well, this one's because there's more play value to it. Where the round sockums, you're stuck in a cage. You only got linear movement, only one punch. We did want to have a jab and an uppercut, but time constraints, we had to simplify it. So this will allow you to dodge punches a little bit easier. Also, it incorporates the chest, where the body shot in boxing actually hurts more than a headshot. We added that into the play.
I think it looks, really polished, like the finished product does.
Thank you. Another thing is that depending on like, one of the things that we didn't do as much towards the end of the semester was creating the actual like customizable parts. I mean, the head and chest plate, and then the arms can also come out. And so then in some of the other sketching, we had different animals to like Sylvester Stallone, like in Rocky, or you can, because there's a lot of variety that you can have. And so, I mean, as the semester went on, it definitely became more of a boys' toy. Originally, it was designed to be gender neutral, and then we like did the paint scheme off of like Transformers. So it became more of a boys' toy towards the end of the semester. But as a prototype, it just kind of demonstrates that you can customize it to fit a certain audience, but there's still a lot of flexibility in the design.
I'd be afraid of the sneak attack that someone would play on you.
Thank you.
And avoid family fights in the car with kids.